It was off. I was safe. All I had to do was walk down the ladder. And
Jeff Griffin had no reason to believe this house fire would be any different than all the others he'd fought in his 8 years as a firefighter. When his crew arrived at the scene, they immediately went to the roof to cut a hole for ventilation. They finished their job and were on their way down when the routine fire suddenly turned sour. The roof gave in and 2 firefighters fell through. Griffin, on his way down at the time, turned back to help, and he too fell through.
And I grabbed on, and I found the rafter underneath, and I jumped up at that point, and my turnouts are smoldering, smoking, and I was burning.
Griffin estimates that he spent 7 seconds trapped in temperatures of close to 2,000 degrees. In that short time, his thoughts were on a fellow firefighter who died 10 years ago in the same situation.
He fell through a hole like that, and he got trapped up inside, and he sucked in the superheated air and he died. And that's what was going through my mind. I was saying, well, I better get out of here. And the roof didn't give away when I jumped out, and I got lucky.
Every time Griffin looks at videotape of the fire taken by Mike Chamberlain with his home video camera, he knows just how lucky he is. But he also credits the fire department for its strict enforcement of protective clothing. Griffin says had he not been wearing all his gear, he would have suffered more than just a burned hand.
It's my personal belief that if I wouldn't have been wearing it, I'd have been dead right now. Well, in fact, there would have been 3 firemen dead.
Nice guy, I like him. He coached my girl on t-ball. They play all the time together. Okay, we're rolling. Go ahead and just look at him doing this.
Interviewing Ladder 27's crew on North 60th Street at Sweetwater. Rick, tell me what happened from the time you got here and started up on the roof. Just describe what happened.
Okay, we were responding to a house fire. We couldn't see smoke from the station. We thought the guys pretty well had out. The smoke died away, and then shortly after that it got real heavy again, so we knew we were going to do some venting. So we got on the scene. I was ordered to ventilate and get utilities. We did that. We went to the roof. The roof felt structurally okay. No fires in the roof. Heavy smoke coming out the attic fan. So we were right over the garage area where the main body of the smoking fire appeared to be. We pulled the skylight off and didn't get too much smoke coming through, so we went to the other side of the peak, opened about a 3x5 hole. We got heavy smoke, and immediately after that we had heavy fire, and the roof just started eating away from us. Myself, Pete Hawking, and Jeff Griffin, and Kurt Redfern. 3 of us kind of fell through the roof scrambling to get through. We didn't fall obviously completely through. We fell and our legs dropped in. The peak of the roof pretty well had saved us. But it was one of them deals where it felt good. You cut the hole, and all of a sudden all hell breaks loose. You start trying to get away from it, it just starts crumbling away from you. We're lucky that we had our full turnouts on, because if we didn't, we'd been in bad shape. And the one, Jeff Griffin got a 2nd-degree burn on his right hand and on his right buttock.
You were breathing off the bottles?
We all fully bottled up and buttoned up with all our firefighting gear on. And it was an ideal situation for ventilation. Everything turned out good until we opened the roof up, and evidently had been weakened just enough. And when we did open it up to get the transfer of smoke out of there, it just blow torched on us. And it's just something to think about because it happened so quick.
It's a tile roof. But inside, you got back inside and looked at the infrastructure for the attic there.
Yes, it was a rafter, probably about 2 foot centers, I think it was, and we had a pretty good attic space. Before we hit the roof, there was no fire coming out the attic vent, so I figured that, when we cut the hole in the roof, that would pretty well clear it out. They could get to it, and evidently there was fire as soon as we opened the roof up. It was just getting ready to convert. It did go from heavy smoke to heavy fire involvement. And the roof obviously had been weakened enough. When we cut the hole, it finished it off. And it was time for us to get off there. And lucky we got off without any serious injuries.
Just for my advertisement for Gables. What do you think if you guys had been in neighbors?
I can attest, if I had day boots on, I would have probably had some burns up around my upper legs. I could dip my bed on that because my right leg was hanging in the fire. I was hanging onto the ridge of the roof. He fell in, his right leg was down in the fire. He got, his pants got burned pretty good. Mine got charred, my coat got charred, my bunker pants got a little bit of char around the bottom. I got probably just barely a reddening on my right calf. Heat conducting through the turnout coat, or turnout bunker in my Nomex band. So, you know, I know it's pretty hot wearing all this stuff, but when you get right down to it, you know, are you worth it? Yeah, you're worth it to wear the extra pair of pants. So,
Thanks, buddy. Appreciate it. Drop back to your incognito. Pete, do you have anything you want to add?
I'm going to get a drink of
All right,
water.
Peter, you want to add anything?
No, it was a long response for us. I don't know, it was probably 10 or 15 minutes before we even got here. Like Rick mentioned earlier, we saw the big bellows of smoke and then it died off. We thought they'd knocked it down, and then as we got closer, the smoke started coming out again. We pulled up and I went around and shut the utilities. All the breakers were already pulled. I came back around and the guys were just going up on the roof. So we all got up on the roof and started pulling the tile off, and you could see the smoke blowing up through the little nail holes that we were pulling the tile off with. The guys made a great cut and knocked the hole through, and as soon as they knocked the hole in, the fire and smoke just shot up, and within 5 seconds, it's just like the whole roof collapsed underneath us. And then me and Rick were next to each other in the center rafter. I remember grabbing hold of that. He rolled one way and I rolled the other way out of it. And I slid down, straight down. I didn't dare go back up over the top. But him and the other guys went back up over the top. But
They thought you had fallen in.
they thought I fell in. I went down. I didn't want to go back up over the top because I know the fire was up at the peak there where we had fell in. So I just slid back down, and even where the smoke wasn't, I went all the way to the other side of the house, and every step I took, it was spongy and the tile was collapsing in underneath me. But I got over to the edge over there. Just the guys brought another ladder over and got me down.
Thank you. You want to add anything?
Yeah. Okay. Well, the only thing I can say is, you know, it felt real safe, and as soon as I made the cut and I was punching through with the pipe, I mean, I was engulfed with flame and smoke and couldn't see. And right then, I mean, the roof, everywhere you step, you were going through it. Everywhere, every step. I got around and I saw someone laying down. I thought it was Rick, and he was like half in and out. And I think it was Jeff. I pulled him and I lost sight of Pete, and it was us three on the one side where our ladder was. And like Pete said, you know, we thought he went in. And we just said, like, we got to get down because there's no way we could go back up and check for him. We just hoped he got down the other side. But it happened so fast. I mean, I don't know, no warning at all. Nothing.
The tile felt good until it just...
Yeah.
You guys were probing on the way up?
Yeah, it felt good all the way up. And as soon as you made the cut, and you know, it was still good. And but that flame and the smoke shot up, surrounded us, and boom, and that was it. The roof was gone, it seemed like. It was just, couldn't see, and I don't know, it was just fast.
Thanks. We got it. And they scrambled off. 3 of them went off one way. Peter went off the other way. They thought Pete had gone through, is what the reporter going through. Yeah. He had gone all the way through. Working with Essie, probably just ahead of the Pete. get further on over. What we're looking at is deer off ladder 27. Codes, SCBA's,
Sign it down below.
and some was damaged. Judge Griffith was transported to
There's a bolt ceiling here, and it might have filled up with that and fell back down in the attic. Down over that.
You see damage to breathing apparatus,
On the far side.
the tails of the front of the codes,